welcome again to Arthur Brown Photography. Today I'm going to continue my theme of macro photography using the Yongnuo YN14EX ring flash unit. But today I'm actually going to look at going in a bit closer, not just using macro lenses, but actually using extension tubes to get an even closer view of small subjects for photography. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with extension tubes, they are merely cylinders which fit between the camera and the lens. They're not. They're I suppose in a way they're a bit like the photo extenders that you use for telephoto lenses, but there's no glass elements in these, so they don't actually magnify anything. All they do is actually provide a greater distance between the lens and the sensor, and this has the effect of decreasing the minimum focus distance of the lens. So by moving the lens further away from the sensor, it will actually focus much closer on small subjects than it would fix directly to the camera. There are downsides to this, obviously, as well as advantages. The downside is that you do lose light, because the more extension you put between the lens and the camera reduces the effective f number of the lens itself. So. But obviously, if you're using a ring flash, which is a nice powerful light, apart from perhaps a little more difficulty in focusing, this isn't really a great problem. Now, extension tubes come in a number of different flavours. You can buy extension tubes from your camera manufacturer, Canon and Nikon. I'm not sure if Sony make any, but certainly Canon and Nikon do. But they are pretty expensive. You can buy good third-party ones. Kenro makes some which are pretty good. Again, quite pricey. You can pick up cheap extension tubes on the internet, on eBay. But the thing to watch out for is that you do want ones that have electrical contacts for your lenses. You can buy some that are completely plain, but they don't provide any communication between the camera and the lens, and therefore you have to set the apertures manually and that type of thing, and there's no communication. If you buy ones with the electrical contacts in, you get full stop down, you get communication about the aperture back to the camera, and you can also get autofocusing with some of them as well. I bought this cheap set made by a company called Andoer. They weren't expensive. I think they're probably less than £20 off eBay, and they do work okay. Extension tubes usually come in three sizes, and the set I've got here is a 31mm, 21mm, and a 13mm, and you can stack them, and that makes 70mm extension on the lens if you use them all together. I have done some research into the mathematics of how this works, and it is pretty complex. So it's really there's so many variable factors to do with the focal length of the original lens, and also the amount of extension you're using. It's quite complex. But the thing to remember is that the effect that the extension rings have in improving close focus works better with longer focal lengths. So if you're using something below 50mm in a focal length, you probably won't notice a huge difference in close focus. But if you're using something like the Sigma 105 macro lens, you certainly will notice some difference in close focus. Now, the extension tubes, I normally use all of them because I wanted to get in close anyway, so I can stack them together like this. All right. Now, I don't know whether it's just this set here, but in the instructions it said it was important to fix the camera first and then fix the lens to the extension tube, and if you do it the other way around, it seems to affect the metering. So if I go ahead and I'll just fix this to camera, and then fix the lens. Now you've got quite a long length of lens and extension tube here. Now this does get you quite close into your subject, and obviously the more magnification you've got, the more difficult it is to hand hold. The fact that I'm going to use the ring flash it does help, because obviously it's through the lens metering, and the flash is fairly instantaneous. It does tend to freeze the subject. It's probably a good idea to use a tripod if you're trying to use extension tubes without the flash, and even then it might be a good idea to use a tripod to get it really steady. The difficulty is if you've got a moving subject like an insect or anything, you might want to follow it around. But anyway, now I've put all this together, we'll go out and give it a try. First area I went to was out to my rockery, and I found this old broken snail shell. So I'm fairly close with the lens. You can see some nice detail in the walls, and you can see right down in through the broken shell into the interior. Some birds fish the snail out. Then I went back to the rockery, and I've got these nice pinky purpley flowers. Got in nice and close with the flash unit again, and you can see all the different bits and pieces in the inside the flower, and the pollen as well. When I went out in the evening, I found these chaps eating my flowers, so when I got the camera and got some nice close-up of the snails. You can see the patterns on their skin, quite knobbly, aren't they, when you get close to them. Again, this one appears to have a parasite on it, which is interesting. There's a close-up of the snail's eye on the end of its stick, and a close-up of the snail's skin. Then I found some feathers, so I went and did some close-ups of the feathers. Again, there's nice detail in there. This is a different area of the feather where the feather was closed. Again, this is silhouette feathers. And just finish off with some more feathers here. So, right, I hope you enjoyed that. So I've done 3 films now about close-up photography, macro photography, using the Yongnuo YN14EX flash unit, and I hope this has been of some use to people who are interested in macro photography. Please look out for my next video, Arthur Brown Photography, and please remember to like, to comment and to subscribe. Thank you.